What is up, YouTube and Acolytes? You guys know who I am. I'm the Blaze Deity, and I host the channel where the hottest gaming and comic content is like religion. And we are back with another comic book review. Before you guys say anything, I know, I know. We are behind with some of our DC comic book reviews, but I had to give you this one because how much fun it was. This is DC X Sonic Book 1, Chaos Crisis, and we have Darkseid invading the Sonic world, and we have the Justice League and the Sonic heroes teaming up with each other, Team Sonic teaming up together to take on this new threat. Now, this book opens up with the ship of Darkseid coming in through a boom tube and a legion of parademons setting upon Sonic, Tails, and Amy, forcing them to have to fight them off. I love Sonic's quips throughout this entire book. First, they're like, oh, these aren't like Eggman robots, or like, this doesn't look like something Eggman would do. And then Sonic is like, well, if they're aliens, do they come in peace? And then they attack him, and he's like, of course not. Right, and then they get right down to business. But because of the amount of parademons that usually pull up with Darkseid, of course, they were definitely outnumbered vastly. So Sonic grabs a hold of Tails and Amy and gets them up out of there, and later goes to join the fray. But off with the Master Emerald, we have Knuckles hoping to protect the Master Emerald because apparently this chaos energy is what Darkseid is after, and he believes that first he has to destroy the Master Emerald, so that's what he goes and does. Though Knuckles fought valiantly, it looked like Knuckles was taken care of by a blast coming from Darkseid's ship, which kind of left me bummed when I was reading this initially. I was like, oh man, please don't tell me Knuckles got cooked right off the break, right? I definitely had a little bit of hope. You have Shadow fighting some parademons, and him and Batman take down the same one at the same time, and then they're like brooding together, and like they're like, you know what? Yeah, something's up, right? The two most brooding characters together. I think that's cool. You have Sonic actually running into the fray to help out, and he actually runs by Barry Allen, and these two have a back and forth banter like none other. I love it. And then they have a race to see who can take down the most parademons, and they're going back and forth about who's fastest. I believe it was Barry Allen who's like, I'm the fastest man alive. Sonic's like, I'm the fastest thing alive. He's like, I am, speed perfected. Sonic with these one-liners are crazy. I'm loving the banter. When we get all the group together, right, after we have, Silver and Green Lantern taking down some parademons, you have Tails and Cyborg taking down parademons, Amy Rose and Wonder Woman taking down parademons, and we see that Knuckles was saved by none other than the Man of Steel. Everything looks like it's going well, so they decide, hey, Darkseid is a credible threat, and we're going to need all hands on deck to take him on. And of course, Shadow being Shadow is like, you know what? Nah. And he like walks off, and Batman's like, I'll handle him. I'll rope him in, right? And he's like, which one was it? Who was it that you lost? Because it's pretty much written all over your face. And this is very true to the nature of Shadow. Shadow is brooding. Shadow is, the type of character he is because he carries the burden of a great loss. For those of you who are familiar with the Sonic mythos, specifically the background of Shadow, the ultimate life form, he carries the burden of losing Maria, his closest friend, and he blames himself for being the creature that he is for the reason that the military did her in. And that was an unfortunate thing. But Batman brings that to the surface. He's like, I also lost somebody, and my mission since then was to make sure nobody else experiences that loss. I lost my parents, and my whole thing is, making sure nobody has to experience that loss again. And, we can help you with this. We can help you make sure that no one has to suffer the pain that you feel, right? So Shadow's like, you know how Shadows sound. That, this better be worth it, right? You all better be worth the trouble. I love the edginess that Shadow has, but the banter between the Flash and Sonic is what I live for. I forgot to mention, when he first showed up, he actually mistook Sonic for Crackle, his imaginary friend, or a character from the radio dimension. Uh, we'll get into a separate video later in the future about Crackle, maybe. If you guys ask for that, if you guys want a history of Crackle episode, once we start doing history ofs, we might do a history of that. But I love the banter between Sonic and the Flash, and I can't wait to see who is established as the faster character, because they keep saying, "Oh, you're slow, you're slow." I'm faster, I'm faster, and I love every bit of it. You have the banter between, or the intrigue of Amy Rose to Wonder Woman, like, you can fly, and Wonder Woman's like, well, your car can fly, and then Wonder Woman also drops the bomb, like, I also have an invisible jet, and Amy's like, you have an invisible jet. You have, Silver and Green Lantern talking about their powers, and Green Lantern's explaining his powers, and Silver's like, yo, that's really like mind over matter, because literally that is what the Green Lantern or the Lantern constructs, period, are. It's whatever you can imagine or whatever you can bring to fruition in your mind. And I love that team up. Of course, you have Sonic and Flash, you have Batman and Shadow not saying much to each other after that first exchange. You have Superman and Knuckles, and I can't help but to hear Idris Elba's voice every time I see Knuckles now. Thank you for the Sonic live action franchise, because that is going to stick with me forever. And he's like, your whole planet is gone, but it still poisons you. That's cruel. Like, I can hear Idris Elba's voice here, right? And you have Tails and you have Cyborg together, just nerding it up. If I had to say what my favorite dynamic is, it's probably going to be between Silver and Green Lantern, or Tails and uh, Cyborg, only because like they're gassing each other up the entirety of the comic. Like, their banter is the complete opposite of Sonic and Flash. But as they continue, Flash and Sonic run and discover the location of Darkseid, which means these two are going to be the first to confront him in the very next issue. And I am super excited. If you guys like these reviews, definitely leave a like. I'm going to say that this is a 9. It's a 9 because I love the banter. I love the banter, and I know a lot of people are like, it's just started, why are you giving it a 9? Nothing has happened. This is something that is healing my inner child. There's just something about this book that heals my inner child. Um, I never thought that, I would get the Flash and Sonic in the same book, or Shadow and Batman in the same book. Knuckles, Idris Elba voiced, and Superman, communicating with each other. This is everything nerd core. So I have to give it a 9. I'm loving it. And Darkseid is like definitely one of my favorite villains of all time. So to see him after the Chaos Emeralds is something new. Um, Maybe we'll see him get all 7. Maybe we'll see a super form of all the members of the Justice League using the Chaos Energy, or maybe we'll see Darkseid using the Chaos Energy. I feel like this is going to end up like, you guys remember Chaos? Do you guys remember Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast and on the GameCube, the very first one, the very first Sonic Adventure, where they have that big water creature, Chaos, and he uses the dark power of the Chaos Emerald, or the chaotic side of the Chaos Emeralds, to reach its final form, and Sonic uses the pure side of the Chaos Emeralds to reach its super form. I feel like that is going to happen. If I'm on the right track, DC, let me know. And if we end up being right, we'll just refer back to this video, and I'll be like, I told you. I told you there's going to be a Darkseid super form with the Chaos Emeralds, and that everybody on the Justice League was going to get a super form. You heard it here first. Blaze Deity said it first. But guys, it's been super fun. We're definitely gonna get more. I want to say stable. We're gonna get more organized when it comes to these reviews. I have so many reviews to give you guys, but I had to give you this one. This one is a 9 for me. If there's a book that you guys do want me to review, or a series, a comic book, an anime, let me know. If there's something you want me to react to, please let me know. Um, Other than that, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll make sure to get you guys another review video really soon.